Every story worth remembering starts with something breaking. Not a sword, not a prophecy, not even the peace. What breaks first is the illusion. The illusion that everything's fine. That life will keep going the way it always has. That nothing strange or tragic or mythic is waiting just past the edge of the village. It's the Shire before Gandalf arrives. It's Luke's moisture farm on Tatooine before he receives the message from Leia. Now, if you've ever run a first session that felt cool, but it never became something more, this may be why. The players showed up, the setting had flavor, the village had a great name, they had a great fight in a bar, and still, nothing caught fire. Nobody asked for session 2. And it probably wasn't because you did anything wrong. It's likely because the illusion never broke. The world stayed safe, and so the story stayed still. Because here's the brutal truth. Most first sessions don't fail because they're under-prepped. They fail because they don't fundamentally change the players' lives. They don't force the players to say, what the hell happens now? And we just tell ourselves, well, maybe next time. But it's not luck, it's structure. And that's what we fix in Enginautica. At the core of our first session is something called the Shattered World. Not a theme, not a metaphor, a framework. For the most powerful kind of first session. Because here's the lie GMs are told. It's all about world building. So we build factions and legends and maps and monsters, and we spend hours filling in all the details. We read our carefully written opening monologue, and then we wait. We wait for the players to care, but they don't. Not unless you show them what they stand to lose. The ordinary world is not just a backdrop. It's a literary tool as old as Gilgamesh and Beowulf and the Odyssey. It's the before the break, before the moment that changes everything. It should feel stable, familiar, not necessarily safe, but perhaps comforting, like nothing will ever change. That's the trap we set. Because when you shatter that, the story matters. And the players become awake. Now they make choices like their lives depend on it. That's what makes a first session unforgettable. Not a cool weapon, not a plot twist, not even the 3 NPCs you made full backstories for that the heroes shot on sight. What makes it unforgettable is loss. And loss only matters when something real was there in the first place. That's what the Shattered World solves. It's not 3 sessions of ramp up. It's not a season of getting to know the party. It's 1 session, 1 rhythm, 1 rupture. Like a TV pilot. Because that's what this session is. It's your pilot episode. And if it doesn't land, you don't get a campaign. You don't get the green light. The Shattered World makes sure you do. Why do shows like Breaking Bad, The Mandalorian, Game of Thrones, all completely different settings, different genres, but they all use the same emotional shape for the first hour? Because it works. Because the pilot has to do 3 things. Introduce the world, make you care about it, and then break the world. That's not just smart writing. That's neuroscience. That's dopamine and pattern recognition and mythic tension working together. So we took these things and compressed them into a single playable arc. And if you want to see exactly how to run it, even if you've never touched Enginautica before, we're giving away the PDF for free on Patreon. Use it with any system. If your stories keep fizzling before they catch fire, this is your ignition. So let's bring it down to earth. Let's talk how. Because theory is great, but your players are going to show up with snacks and dice and chaos energy, and they're going to look you dead in your eyes and demand entertainment. Maybe you have some scraps of an idea for a setting you like, but no idea how to make it into a plot. No problem. And to do it, we're going to talk about one of the most overlooked tools in your entire GM toolkit: rhythm. The ordinary world isn't a place. It's not a town. It's not a tavern. The ordinary world is a rhythm your players live inside, a pattern, a routine, a reality they think they understand. And that's what makes breaking it powerful. It's not filler. It's not warm-up RP. It's the fuse. Players don't bond to places. They bond to patterns, to routines, to who they get to be when everything still made sense. If you skip that step, when the spiral hits, they have no gravity to fall out of. Without a frame of reference, the rupture doesn't feel like anything. So how do we build a great ordinary world? We cheat. We use patterns stolen from movies and books and remix them into something to create something new. You don't have to invent anything from scratch. You just roll a couple dice, you get a couple patterns, you build from there. And listen, this doesn't have to be fantasy. You don't need to run a kingdom. You can build any world you want. You want to do Weird West with neon ghosts and steampunk trains? Do it. You want haunted biotech on a failed Martian colony? Absolutely. You want a noir heist campaign set in a Kumite-style tournament for ritual dance fighting? Me too. The ordinary world isn't about genre, it's about rhythm. You give your players something they understand, a life, a loop, a place they know how to survive in. That works anywhere. Sci-fi, mythic, wasteland gothic, it doesn't matter. If the rhythm feels real, the break will feel earned. And if you're setting their thinking, yeah, but I don't even know what setting I want yet, perfect. Because next episode, we're diving into the trailer system. That's Enginatica's tool for building entire campaign worlds from just a few dice rolls. It's like generating a movie trailer, then playing it with your friends. It's fast and wild and totally unique. But right now, let's say you do have a vibe. You got a flicker of something. Maybe it's a sealed dome that shouldn't still be running. Maybe it's just the image of synthetic birds, glitching skies, something too perfect to be trusted. You don't have a plot, just a mood, a place that hums with unspoken history. That's enough. Let's build around it. We start with the ordinary world. Let's say we roll number 13, a controlled environment on the edge of discovery, inspired by Jurassic Park. You're in a sealed arcology, floating offshore, glitching systems, repurposed climate zones, paradise on life support. The birds aren't native, the soil's synthetic, the dream that built this place is long dead. But it still runs, and your players live inside it. That's your rhythm. Silent, stable, unquestioned. Now let's break it. We roll for an inciting incident. We get number 8, a discovery that was never meant to be found, inspired by Blade Runner 2049. Here's how it lands. It's late. Light shift to blue for nocturnal cycle B. One of the players runs a routine algae scan, but the console pings a directory that doesn't exist, labeled in red, authority class, pre-Exodus. They open it. Inside, archived logs, black box footage, people in radiation suits, burying something beneath the biodome's central core. Not a device, not a vault, a person, in stasis, still drawing power, still alive, still here. And the kicker? The system assigns the file to the player. Same biometrics, same genetic markers, different name, different purpose. They weren't supposed to find this. The dome wasn't supposed to remember. And now, the dome is waking up. Lights flicker, doors reroute. The air filtration system seals the lab. And just before the screen dies, a message. Asset reacquisition protocol initiated. Boom. That's your break. No monster, no villain monologue, just revelation. Just the spiral turning. And now the player's asking, was this whole place built to protect me? Or contain me? Either way, it's no longer the same. That's the beauty of the Shattered World framework. Rhythm, fracture, spiral. You can run it with anything. Just build the world, break it clean, and let the spiral pull them in. And now your campaign has gravity. Here's where Enginautica goes deeper. Every character has a milieu, their origin, their role, their inertia. That's not flavor text, that's fuel, because your party doesn't just live in the world, they carry it. They know what the coffee tastes like. They have routines and debts and grudges. They expect tomorrow to look like today. So when it doesn't, when the ocean boils or the sky blinks or a forgotten god says your name, you've got ignition. But here's where lots of GMs kind of blow it. They rush. They drop the brake before the players care. Don't. Let them argue about stew, fix a leaky pipe, win a petty rivalry, solve a couple tiny problems that root them here in their world. Let them think this world is theirs, and then wait. Wait for the breath. Wait for someone to say, "So what now?" That's when you cut the cord, because that's when it lands. You're not just breaking a setting, you're breaking the illusion that life will keep going the way it always has. And from that moment on, you don't have passive players. You have protagonists, people who realize they must act or face consequences if they don't. That's the job of the first session. Not to showcase lore, not to hint at the big bad, not to impress them with plot twists. Your job is to build something that feels real. Raise the stakes and take it away. Let's build one more, using nothing more than a couple dice rolls and a sketchy idea. Anthropomorphic animals in a cyber noir world. A city carved into the fossilized corpse of a long dead titan. Birds run the skylines. Rodents deliver messages through the vents. Predation's illegal, but nobody's enforcing it. That's your vibe. Perfect. Now let's finish it. Using the Shattered World structure from Enginautica, all we need is two things: an ordinary world and an inciting incident. That's it. We grab Ordinary World 7, a frontier claimed by outsiders, guarded by something older. Inspired by Avatar, an inciting incident 12. The outpost goes dark, and what's still inside has grown. Inspired by Aliens. Now, let's stitch. The Neon Burrow. The burrow just annexed Sector 9G, deep subduct, sealed for centuries by treaty. Nobody lives there officially. But now the tech guilds are moving in. Survey drones, cable spools, bioreaders. They say it's stable. Your players? Low-caste runners, maybe a mongoose courier, maybe a gecko splicer. Disposable, unarmed, uninformed. Their job is simple. Lay beacons, walk the grid, don't ask questions. No one tells them why 9G was sealed in the first place. That's your rhythm. Now we rupture it. Halfway through the job, comms go dead. Survey team stops checking in. Backup drones ping the zone. No wreckage, no blood, just silence. But there's movement, life signs. Too many. And they don't match anything in the system. Layered, hybridized. Like something down there is rewriting biology. Then the drone footage glitches, corrupted, and suddenly the vents are closing. The zone's electrical frequencies don't match the schematics, and something is following them. Security wants to quarantine. The guild wants their gear back, and your players? They're trapped underground. That's the break. That's it. You didn't write the reason they are anthropomorphic animals. You didn't build the factions. You didn't need to explain the Titan Corp city or its mythic history. You rolled two prompts, you built a rhythm, and then you tilted the world sideways. And now your players got a choice they can't walk away from. Run, lie, go deeper. That's campaign fuel. That's the Shattered World. Run it tonight. Roll twice. And once you shatter the world, shut up. Sit back. Let the silence hang. Don't explain. Don't over-direct. Let them decide who they are now, what they believe, what they're going to do about it. Because that's real agency. That's when the campaign stops being yours and starts being theirs. And when that happens, you're not just running a story, you're witnessing one. And that's awesome. And it all starts the moment you break the illusion. If these ideas resonate with you, if you're sitting there already imagining your own version of Neon Burrow, then you're already one of us. This entire structure comes straight out of Enginautica. It's a TTRPG built for cinematic stories, mythic arcs, and worlds that bite back. You want the full rules? Our book's live on DriveThruRPG. Want to play in my games with me as your GM? That's on Patreon. If you want to build your own spiral with help from a killer community of GMs, the Discord is open right now, pre-Kickstarter. This world that we're building is just getting started. So come break it with us. See you in the spiral, my friends.